This team indeed makes a lot of people drink.
Yep.
Well, that sounder didn't work. All right. Vikings coming off of another clunker against Seattle in Seattle. They get shut out, lose 26-0. Defense played their butts off all game, held Sam Darnold to under 130 yards. Maybe could nitpick some of the run defense, but this was all on the offense once again. And if you see here, we got, again, a full show. Trevor Kramer, Jackson Olmscheid with us again. And what are you guys' thoughts? I know they're not going to be very positive, but
I don't even know. Just, I will say the one thing I'm positive about is now us as Vikings fans can shut up about wanting to start Broadsmer over McCarthy. Neither.
yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
Both rookies, but at least most of us are on the same page now.
Yeah. Trevor, what?
Yeah, I mean, that sucked. Are we surprised that happened? No. I mean, maybe a little surprised considering how ugly it was. You were without your left tackle, left guard, and going into that, I think we expected how that play out. Every run that I can at least remember was 2 yards or less on the left, or just in general, I guess. Left side, right side.
I would say just in general, yeah.
Like Jack said, we can silence the McCarthy hate.
Yeah.
We're kind of stuck with him, so might as well support him or pick a new team.
There you go.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, Bruce, defense balled out again. Darnold, what was it, 130, whatever it was?
128, I think. 128 plus yards.
128.
Actually, if people are really gonna
26.
Crap on JJ and say Brosmer's the guy, maybe he is. He only had 2 less pass yards than Darnold.
That's true.
No. But he also
let
had
it
4
rip.
interceptions.
Run it back next week.
Yeah. Going back to the run defense or run offense, like Trevor was saying, not only with the left side with Darisaw and Jackson being out, Blake Brandel looked completely lost starting at right guard today.
Clueless.
And then obviously you have Justin Schools on the left, but Brian O'Neill didn't have a good game either. He had 2 penalties. And yeah, Brandel, he played great for center for never playing there, but going back to that guard spot, he looked lost today and looked like he didn't know how to play the position all over again. So the offensive line as a whole, what Trevor was saying, was pretty bad.
And guess what? Kelly got hurt. So that's great. I think he's got a hip injury, was it? Kelly?
He didn't.
Yeah. I don't think, did they disclose what it was yet?
I think they said hip because Jurgens finished the game. So, you know.
I thought that was I didn't hear injury designation. I thought they just took him out being down 20 or whatever. But
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a hip injury. I thought they said.
I hope you're wrong.
Breaking news: Ryan Kelly. Oh wait, it's not breaking news. It happens every second week he plays in the NFL.
What percent do you guys think he's played every snap since week 1? Or yeah, because he played week 1. Regardless,
you could do the math.
Has he played 10%? Give or take.
Well, how many games have we played?
Probably
12 now.
Something around there.
He played a full week 1, and then he comes back last week, plays a full game. So he's played. It'll be right around that 10%.
Yeah,
nice.
Because I'm pretty sure he left that Falcons game in week 2 in the second quarter. And then here it was the third or second half. I forget, but yeah, it's been bad, and he will not be back next year. I think anyone can agree on that. So,
yeah.
All right, we'll go through the entire game. I want to skip to one big play, which had me just dumbfounded again, because the one big play I'm talking about, well, I'll back up a little bit. Defense on the Seahawks' own 15-yard line. Was it Dallas Turner who had the strip sack, right?
Yep.
Turner's really hitting a bright spot here. Turner's been great the past few weeks with Grenard being out. But
he's turning it up.
Yes, so they get a strip sack, and then they put the offense on the 15-yard line or like 12-yard line or something. Either way, it's red zone, instant red zone there. All right, you have 3 plays where you get it within 1 yard. It is 4th and 1 on, I think, the 3 or 4 yard line, right? I think it was the 4 yard line. This was what we've been harping about all year with KOC. He has 2 rookie quarterbacks today, Brosmer and obviously McCarthy. In these short yardage situations, before 2 weeks ago, he was 0 for 14 on 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2 or shorter combined. And on all 14 of those plays, they were all pass plays. Not one run play through the season up until 2 weeks ago. And then here, you're on the 4-yard line, 4th and 1. I think it is quite literally a no-brainer to run the ball in this situation.
Oh, for sure.
And this is obviously the play where Brosmer goes full blue screen of death, just whipping a no-look heave-it pass where I forget which Seahawks defender picked it off and returned it.
Jones.
Yes, it was Jones.
No, it was one of his 2.
Yep.
On the day.
Yeah. And this is absolutely dumbfounding because seriously, say you do run the ball and you get stuffed, you pin a team that has had their quarterback sacked 4 times. The Vikings defense sacked Darnold 4 times
In the first half.
Before this sequence even happened. And you have them pinned on the 3-yard line if you don't get it. I don't care about analytics. I don't care about Kevin O'Connell's big head and immature and stubborn attitude about his pass game. He did not fool anyone with this. The Seahawks dropped 6 defensive backs back into coverage. They didn't expect the Vikings to run the ball at all there.
You could have a high school football team would have known that.
Anyone would run that. Anyone with a pea-sized little brain would have ran the ball there. And Kevin will say, analytics, they say to pass the ball, it's a higher chance you'll get Aaron Jones on the flat. Oh, wait, you had Aaron Jones on the flat covered by 3 defenders. 3 guys were out on the flat, and then I think it was Oliver that was going, like, it was the simple play. It's a play action bootleg out to the right where a running back's in the flat, and then going on the end of the end zone is a tight end coming off of the line. It did not work. The Seahawks had 4 guys, and that's exactly why Brosmer didn't throw the ball. He did the right thing until he didn't and went all blue screen of death.
Yeah.
But and the other thing is he's a rookie. You can't ask your rookie quarterback to do this on 4th, and it's not even like it's 4th and goal, and you're done it's 4th and 1. You can still get a first down on the 3 and have 4 more opportunities to get into the end zone.
That's the number one thing that's been pissing me off about KOC is why are we putting these rookie quarterbacks in these positions? Like there should be 0 reason. Like why? And even, like you said before, we hadn't run it in that situation up until 2 weeks ago. Who did we play? What was that? The Bears game 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Yep. It was the Bears game.
Like, I understand he prides himself and the team on the offensive passing ability. But at the end of the day, you got kids literally throwing the ball for your team. Like, these are just kids coming straight out of college. Exactly. What are we doing? Honest to God, what are we doing?
I mean, Jack, you and I talked about it during the game a little bit. Kevin O'Connell, he won the Super Bowl in 21 with the Rams with one of the better statistical quarterbacks of all time in Matthew Stafford. And that's a veteran. And then he comes to Minnesota in 2022 with a veteran in Kirk Cousins. Okay. Another veteran who can go about Kevin's scheme in a good way and be productive with it. And then even last year, you have veterans, Nick Mullins, guys who will throw the ball, or not last year. You had Sam Darnold, but the year before that, he's had guys that know systems. They know how the NFL works. Kevin has never had to develop a quarterback as a rookie or just as a young player in general. And it's really raising some question marks because he put JJ in so many bad positions. He put in Brosmer in terrible situations again. Trevor,
which I will say, I feel like that does kind of lighten the view that it's not all necessarily McCarthy's fault. And I gotta drop the hammer on our receivers here.
Well,
I would argue we have the best receiving core in the league, and if not,
one of
the NFC for sure.
Yeah.
Why are we having these guys dropping passes? It's just, I mean, I get once a game, once every other game or so, it happens. But I want to know what our drop percent rate has been the last month.
Yeah.
Well, we lead the
excessively
league
high.
in drops. Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
yeah, and that's
I'm
not
just
getting any better.
confused as where's your RPOs, your quick slants.
Hmm.
I know that you had the play is when the game was pretty much over. Xavier Scott's in the game, and they like shift Jefferson around as like the decoy.
Yep.
Throw it to Scott, and that went for like nothing. But so you're overthinking that. I don't know where the simple completions are. Get our offense in a rhythm. It was clear we weren't going to be able to run the ball from the get-go early on.
Hmm.
Back to the 4th and 1 you're talking about, where Rosemary's, running for his life, and I think in that moment when he like tossed it, shovel it, whatever you want to call it, I think that's more of a throwaway where you just back it up, but obviously it flung right into. It was Ernest Jones, was it right?
Yeah.
Yep.
With the pick six, but yeah, you got to find a better way to get your receivers open, or not receivers. Jefferson, I think
Any
Addison
pass catcher.
was it.
Our lead receiver today was.
Well, Addison had 10 targets. He had 3 drops, right? I remember 2. I think it was 3.
Yeah, he had 3.
Jefferson had a drop, if I remember correctly,
in the first quarter.
And then also Naylor, who's not a superstar or anything, but can be sneaky good. He has 1 target, no catches, no yards.
And that was a drop too. That hit his finger.
Oh, I'm considering that.
Well, yeah, so that was
went
like
right through his
50-50 because it was a bit of a high throw, but still catchable because it went right through his hands. He pretty much reacted a half second late. I don't know. It's just a lot of things where much earlier in the game before it gets out of hand. You just got to get the passing game going. That should set up the run. Not that the run will be good, but should at least be average where it's respectable. But
Trev, I don't know if you watched Jack and my episode yesterday previewing the game, but Jack and I actually kind of like called that this would be a passing game because you're basically out of playoff contention. And a lot of people just say, all right, you just need to live on the run. You can't put your quarterback in tough situations now. Well, Jack and I said yesterday, they're going to want to see what Brosmer can do if he can make throws. He made a couple good throws. There was one to TJ Hawkinson right down the seam.
Yeah.
And there was a couple good ones to Addison and others that people dropped. But like Jack and I said that it would be a passing game today, and the Seahawks would stop the run. Yeah, I mean, you have to see what you have when you really have nothing to play for now. If JJ hasn't been good, see if Brosmer can do it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you have Jefferson, that in itself.
Exactly.
Pass the ball, get it to him. And yeah, what is it? Jefferson, I know I just mentioned. Yeah, 6 targets, 2 catches, 4 yards. And that first one was what, -2 or 3 yards?
Yeah, it was one of those.
So bad, and bad.
How many yards did he end up with? 4.
Yeah, 4
on the day.
Yeah.
2 receptions for 4 yards.
It's just awesome, isn't it? I know I've said it on the channel before, but Kevin O'Connell, obviously, we can all agree, is just so many steps below Sean McVay. And I think the biggest telltale sign of that is obviously being able to adjust to what defenses show you and what the film shows you, honestly, because Kevin O'Connell, he runs a 3 wide receiver package 86% of the time, according to like PFF and some of these websites and stuff, which even on these like 3rd and 1s, we keep seeing 3 receivers trot on the field when you could have 13 personnel with 3 tight ends on the field getting ready to push a pile, but instead you're kind of just settling for the pass. But the thing that Sean McVay does so well is the Rams are so successful this year, and they literally cannot be stopped. I know they lost today, but they still had a good offensive day. Yardage-wise, I know Stafford threw 2 picks, but that's just on Stafford.
He had a fumble.
Yeah, and he had a bad day, but they still, yardage-wise, they did well. And it's because McVay, 46% of their plays this year are 13 personnel. That is 3 tight ends on the field at once. And he's not just running the ball there. He mixes it in perfectly, but he's getting these tight ends open because the defense has to adjust to kind of loading the box there and having to expect the run. It gets these tight ends on the flat and up the field for a 10-yard out route or a bench route or whatever you want to call it. And then that is what Kevin O'Connell got his like 3 personnel or 3 wide receiver package from. It's Sean McVay, which Sean McVay is only running 3 wide receiver looks. I think it was 38% of the time this year. And then the rest is 12 personnel with 2 tight ends. And it works so well because they don't need they have Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. This is exactly how it's basically the Vikings. You have Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, 1A and 1B.
Yeah.
It's too predictable. Like I said on that 4th and 1, the Seahawks had everyone drop back. They knew we weren't going to run the ball. It fooled no one. Just like that stupid TJ Hawkinson tush push they did like 2 weeks ago or whatever. Or was that last week?
Last week, yeah.
That was last
the 3rd and 1 last week in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And then you, because what was the 4th and 1? Well, regardless, that's in the past.
Either way, but exactly what you said, Trevor, too. KOC's obsessed with these deep developing routes and getting guys open downfield. It doesn't work that way. You need to have a couple little 5-yard hitch routes and hit some slants, for God's sake. Like,
I think he has too much on his plate right now. Like
and Jack brought up
earlier during the game. Like we were saying, like I don't know if O'Connell has never developed a rookie quarterback before.
Mm-hmm.
But he's dealt with vets his entire career, and now you have not 1 but 2, now 2 rookie QBs that you were trying to run this veteran style play calling with.
Yeah.
I understand, like that's how you do things. That's how you get your name out there. But maybe he needs to just like step down from play calling for like these next couple games and really just sit there and focus on like, okay, how am I going to make these guys better? How am I going to help them adjust to my play calling type?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's my thought process behind the whole thing.
No, I mean, it's not just us. It's how many times have we heard from Vikings fans for Wes Phillips to call plays? And like you said, O'Connell can focus on more of the developing, like the techniques with JJ and the whole 9 yards.
I think I'd rather have Josh McCown step in at core
for play calling.
Got a technical difficulty.
Quarterback because McCown is. Or heck, we lost everyone here. What the heck?
We got
you guys hear me?
Now you're
we got you.
You were frozen for 10 seconds.
Oh,
keep going.
Yeah, I know. You guys froze. I didn't know what happened there. Sorry, I said that wrong. Not have McCown step at QB, but have him do the play calling because him being the quarterback coach, he's been around JJ and Max. And he does the most work with these guys. He's practicing every day, looking at their mechanics. He knows best. Like Kevin can say he knows best what these guys can do. He's wrong. It's Josh McCown based on JJ's back foot when he throws flying up around his body and that stupid mechanic he has. Josh McCown knows that. And I think I'd have McCown do the play calling, and I think that would really help out this team right now because you can have Kevin O'Connell sit on the bench after a drive and not have to worry about like timeouts and like the play and like the other stuff that he has to do on defense and everything. You can have him sit on the bench and talk to the guys and say like and go through what they did wrong with them because he is a super smart coach. But he needs, you're right though. He needs to take off play calling right now because it is getting worse and worse and worse and worse every single week. So he just, like you said, Jack, he has too much on his plate right now. He has to keep the entire team with it. This is a very veteran team, a very, very good roster. And he has to worry about guys like Javon Hargrave and a bunch of the defensive guys being like, this is effing stupid. This sucks.
Yeah.
Like I was promised that there would be a developing, good, serviceable quarterback when I signed here. And this sucks. My career's being wasted. I am like 37 years old. Kevin, you got to step down.
Well, you got to know that's what's going through the mind of some of these guys. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, Jefferson, he's got a horrible poker face. You know exactly what he's thinking when he's sitting there on the sideline.
I mean, he keeps saying in the press conferences, like, I'm going to rally behind him. But as he's saying it, he's just like the depressed face. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna rally behind those guys. I'm here for them. But
Yeah,
It
I mean,
it hard.
in tonight's game, towards the end, I mean, when the game was pretty much, I mean, it was pretty much done pretty early on, but they showed him sitting, what was it, like on the Gatorade
On the
bottles?
Gatorade
It's
cooler.
like all by himself.
That's kind of what I was referring to. Like you
Yeah.
did while he's sitting there. Like,
You can put 2 and 2 together, so.
Yeah.
It's sad because I mean Jack and I talked during the game, like, when does he like say like, all right, I need
Enough's
to do
enough.
something with my career? Like,
Mhm.
this is bad. And we both kind of agreed, like, maybe even like 5 games into the year next year, if it's the same stuff, or just like maybe just even like a tiny improvement where he's just like, this isn't gonna work. I need to get out of here. You have to worry about that, and it sucks because we keep doing this in Minnesota to players. But
no, I think with Jefferson, I know we talked about it before. I think Jefferson is much more likely to stay than where you just got to move on from McCarthy, because like he's the franchise guy.
You have to build it around Jettas. At this point.
And then if you have to give up on McCarthy, as much as I think all three of us can easily agree, we want to give McCarthy time, but how much time do you give him? So
Mm-hmm.
you give him till the halfway point in year 2. You only give him like the first quarter of the year. Because if those signs don't show, then that leash is pretty short. And then you got to really question too if O'Connell's job's even safe, because if you're not seeing any growth or promise come year 2 of McCarthy playing his third year in the league technically, then I think O'Connell's on the very hot seat too. And if Flores doesn't take, not to get besides the point, I think there's a good chance Flores takes the Cincy job, but I don't even think they're going to fire Taylor. So I think Flores is back. So if Flores is here and you keep losing and the developing doesn't happen, I think it's more likely O'Connell's gone. You keep Jefferson, replace McCarthy with whoever that is. But
there's a lot of questions because Kwesi can't seem to draft anyone. So his name, if he has another bad draft, and I mentioned to Jack during the game, our draft capital, if you make some moves this offseason, like we've talked about, like a possible trade with Addison, you get a second or third round pick or maybe both for him. And then Hawkinson had a better game today. If you can put together a few better games with him, you could get maybe a 5th or 6th rounder for him. But like, if you can get, like, we have impressive, and here's the thing, I think we're slotted at 7th pick right now, which we could go up from there and get a top 5 pick. But if Kwesi has another bad draft, like where next season maybe only one of these guys pans out in this next upcoming draft, I think Kwesi is going to get fired indefinitely, no matter how good he can be in free agency and everything, because he has been great in it with the Van Ginkel signing and Gernard signing, getting rid of Daniil Hunter last year. I think he gets fired, and then exactly what you're saying, Trevor. If KOC proves that he cannot develop a young quarterback, they either have two decisions to make. You either sign a veteran like Mac Jones this offseason and go all in on him, or you fire KOC and start over, because it's not going to get any better from there. And I think you're probably right about Jefferson being the last one to go, because he's
a one of a kind. Yeah.
He's the guy of this team.
Another
I feel like it's
Intriguing.
going to come down to where you got to pick the rookie or the vet, or O'Connell's gone.
It's not even just the vet. The dude's right in his prime right now. He's like 27, perfectly just in his prime. This is the time he should be going. But what's up, Trev?
Yeah. I was going to say, you mentioned Mac Jones, which is fair. I think Jameis, do you guys know, did Jameis sign a 1-year deal? Or is he on a 2-year deal?
I think he did. I think it was
1-year deal.
Oh boy.
I don't think Kevin could handle that. I think Kevin would.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, but
I would love it.
But the gunslinger of Jameis, throwing the flea flickers around and
catching passes, receiving touchdowns for Jameis. Yeah.
Oh, Jefferson triple coverage. Yeah, I can fit it in there. But to switch to the defense, unless you guys want to pivot more, I mean, just Eric Wilson and Dallas Turner alone. I know Van Ginkel had a part earlier in the game. I'm trying to quickly skim my notes here. It
Ginkel
was
had a
when.
sack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the sack for Van Ginkel. It was where Darnold's throwing the screen. I don't think it was to JSN. I forget who, maybe Copper. Regardless, he had a screen to the left, and Van Ginkel jumped it like we've seen in prior years. But Darnold like hesitated, and he didn't throw it
He
right
kind of
away.
knew it was coming.
And so
Yeah.
he let Van Ginkel blow by, and then got it out.
Yep.
I just keep thinking, what if? Because if you get that, you get the pick six. Momentum's on our side. Who knows how that game goes? But no, Eric Wilson alone, he had a tackle for loss. His energy. He had some pressures. Turner had 2 sacks, right? He had,
Yep.
and I think it's not only 2 sacks, but both of them weren't they forced fumbles? Because the first one they recovered, and then we got the second. Or am I right?
Yep, he did have 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
Box score says that anyway.
But yeah,
Yep.
Dallas Turner, he's coming for that edge job. I mean, he keeps playing like this. I don't know, maybe trade bait.
He's really broke through.
Trade bait with Grenard or Van Ginkel. No, that's more of a hot take. I don't really think that's realistic. But
okay, so what do you think you could get in draft capital for Grenard? Like a guy right in his prime. What is he? 28 or 29 or something? Like,
yeah, I think you're about right because he played 5 years with the Texans, and he's
coming off of a 12 sack season last year. This year, he battled an injury. The D line's way better. They're getting pressure, so he can't get in as much, but he still has a couple, I think. Yeah. Either way, he's a premier edge rusher.
I'd say I don't think first. I think first is too high unless you do Grenard in a pick. If it's just Grenard straight up for a pick, maybe second or third.
I was gonna say a second.
Yeah, you could probably bait some of the defensive needing teams.
Or I mean, if you really want to get into it, I mean, it could be like compensatory third that could turn into a second if team makes conference championship, or if Grenard has 10 or more sacks, or you know. But I think keep a basic second or third, probably more towards the second.
Yeah.
But that's obviously long-term picture. But I was really impressed with Dallas Turner. He's had a couple of good weeks recently after
3 weeks in a row with a sack.
His career start, so it's good to see that. And then Eric Wilson. What his contract negotiations are, because I'm pretty sure he'll want to test the market. Because why would you not want to? It's probably your last time to get a good payday.
Yep.
He's probably only got a couple good years left, but
hand him a blank check. Honestly.
Yeah, you fill it out.
Yeah, here you go.
Well, yeah. I think the only way he comes back is if Flores is back as the DC.
Oh, absolutely.
Which, as of right now, I feel like is pretty likely.
Yeah, now with the Bengals getting Burrow back and able to make like an actual push because they're not out of playoff contention or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a good chance Taylor doesn't get fired when he definitely should.
And I think we can all agree too, not to confuse the listeners, but because I think they'll go on to run. They have a somewhat favorable schedule too. But I still think it's a low chance. But they can be some big spoilers for some other teams. But yeah, no, I think Zach Taylor stays. I would probably only put it at, I don't know, 10% chance he gets fired.
Now that Burrow's back, I agree. Yeah.
And every other team that needs a quarterback, or not a quarterback, sorry, a head coach, for the ones that are currently open or expected to open up when the season ends, I feel like most of them are going to want to go offensive coach.
And there's a surplus of them in the NFL. Like Brian Dable's sitting on the market there, and he brought Daniel Jones to
playoffs, and they beat us
round. Yeah, divisional round
they
there.
Did.
Yeah, I mean that's the direction that the NFL's going in. And the thing with Flores is like lawsuit thing that's never getting figured out with the NFL and all the Dolphin stuff that happened. That hasn't been figured out yet. So until that figures out, I can't say he's going to go anywhere right now. So one thing going back to like McCarthy and the quarterback play, and what they could do like in the next off season or next year, like this team, this roster, I think is like the best. Like I can't see the future, but this roster is probably near the best that JJ is going to have in his career. The defense is lights out, and then you have all the weapons you need. We can talk about how Hawkinson's been just super below average, but either way, when the offensive line's healthy, they're good. You had good center play from Blake Brandel, and I don't think it'll get better for JJ. unless they start nailing some draft picks, of course. But
and that's a big what if.
Yeah,
that's
a
a
huge
big
what if. Yeah, I just want to mention that because about the JJ thing.
Yeah,
About
and I guess I got
while
to
ago.
clarify too. Eric Wilson did have a sack early on. Is when he was like left unblocked right up that A gap.
Yeah, it was that super deep sack in
Yeah,
Seahawks
in
territory.
their own zone. But yeah.
Let's do the other one, Gank. Right?
Yeah, I think Gank
Gank
had one,
Wilson
had
had
two,
one, and then
and
Turner
I
had
think
2.
that's all 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 4 totals. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we also have batted down like 4 balls at the line of scrimmage day. Darnold just couldn't get anything down.
Yeah, we're putting the hand on the ball.
Gink had 2 of them. Harry Hitman in the 4th quarter came in and
blitz.
swatted down 1. I think Jalen Redmond got a finger on 1.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, the defense played amazing today. I guess one thing I would like to not go into depth about a lot, but like for the draft capital, Jack, like we were talking about, the Vikings have a 3rd round compensatory pick for Darnold. And then I think they're going to get 2 more compensatories in the 7th round, which whatever, but Kwesi's just the 7th round king. So
yeah, I was going to say
that
could be where he proves if he keeps his job or not.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. And like the other thing is Jack and I just keep harping about how slow Aaron Jones is because the one where he got completely flattened. Yeah, well, and he's super injury prone. He plays 50% of the season. We're done. We're done with the Aaron Jones Vikings time.
Needs to be done.
Like that one where he got flattened on, like he had, I think that was like a 350-pound like defensive tackle who caught him as the either way, like how do you let him catch up to you? You have like he's running straight up field, like he's not avoiding anyone when he got hit or anything. Not great from Aaron Jones, but
I would actually really like to see Scott get some more reps this year.
Yeah.
Like I mean, because you know Mason's going to be our back for the future, which I think he should be. He's earned it. But I think we should use this time as just like a complete reset and just see what guys got. Like,
Scott should.
Now.
Yeah, he should get some decent playing time. That's if Jones misses time. We'll see how serious or not serious the injury is. But
what they said it was.
He should be a very sneaky good 3rd down back. Can keep Mason on 1st and 2nd down. At least for this year.
Receiving threat.
And then if you're drafting high or early pick, I guess would be the right word. I think there's a good chance you take
Jeremiah Love.
So Love's looking
back. So
that would be a dream because that kid is explosive. I mean,
yeah, for at least this year. Let's see what we got with Scott because I think it was the Pittsburgh or pretty sure it's one of the 2 international games. So Cleveland or Pittsburgh game, where he had like that pretty nice toe tap touchdown. I think it was like back end zone. I don't think it was the corner.
You're talking about Scott?
Yeah, for his like receiving skills, where it was once playing quarterback. I faintly remember the Browns game. But my point being is he's very sneaky good at it. It's just like a receiving running back, and just think of the mismatches. How many linebackers have average or above average coverage skills when in man coverage? So, and who knows, maybe that can help with the screen game too, because I feel like the Vikings haven't had a good screen game in however many years. Can't remember the last time we've had a respectable screen game. Oh, it'll be interesting seeing him play if he gets playing time.
Yeah,
I hope he does.
Okay, I want to like make one last thing because I think we've covered everything that we've really needed to, I guess, for this game. Don't really want to talk about it much more. Just keep me off. Oh man, I don't know. I want to go through like how many draft picks could we accumulate this offseason?
Oh boy.
Because like genuinely, if I was the front office, I know you have so much worries going into the draft with how bad Kwesi and Ryan Grigson has been. Well, just everyone, like people, it's issues scouting because like Kwesi, he's the one drafting them, yes, and making the final decision on the guys, but he's not the one like scouting everyone either. Like, it's a whole thing. And if JJ doesn't pan out, it's Kevin's fault because he thought JJ would be amazing. But if I was the front office, I would just accumulate as much as you can. I would trade Addison to the Bills for a second round pick. And then maybe so Trev, Jack and I were also wondering, like, what do you think it would take to get a first round out of the Bills? So like
For Addison?
And a fourth round pick, or Addison and the third. I talked about the third round pick because we're going to have 2 this upcoming draft, ours and then that compensatory pick.
I wouldn't hate that, honestly.
Yeah.
Throw him in a third for a first.
I mean, this is assuming the Bills have their picks. Do we know that? Did we fact check? I'm assuming they have like their. I know the Bills will have the earlier picks.
I'll check while you're talking.
Or sorry, no. I'm confusing myself. I guess that wouldn't matter because assuming they've got their own first, right? The question is, what would we have to give up with Addison to get their first?
Yeah, because Addison's not worth a first right now, I don't think.
Yeah,
unless he would be because they don't have a wide receiver 1, but no.
Right. I think he's second or third. But if you're trying to sweeten the offer, I think worth nothing more than a third. And like I said, we see almost all these trades, or maybe not all, but a large chunk where it's all these weird compensatories where if XYZ happens, then it moves up to a first or whatever. So
that's just the game now.
But no, I think if you're just keeping it basic, I would do Addison, and I think you could do a fourth, especially too with how bad we're sucking. If it's like this year's draft fourth, which is going to be like early fourth, I would do Addison fourth for their first, and then
have a first round pick. Yeah,
I think
1 through 3. I believe.
My guess is they're going to be picked 26 through 32. 32, obviously, if they win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They're 23 as of now.
Yeah.
Right, but that it's because I don't know who do we think's going to be the AFC Super Bowl team if we had to pick right now?
I don't think it's the Bills.
Are we picking
Bills
the
are
Bills?
back defensively.
Okay, so you're going to be in that 20s range. So anywhere from speak 20, 23 is where they're at right now.
Yeah.
So 23. I don't know. 23 through 29, 30. Yeah, I would do
around the 25 spot.
Yeah, I would say Addison in a fourth for their first.
Yeah. I think it would be the fourth too because the Bills literally do not have a reliable wide receiver, like wide receiving 1 threat. No. Like they don't. Keon Coleman is their best, and he is.
Yeah,
garbage.
Coleman.
He is terrible.
Who's their third? Coleman, Shakir, and
I don't remember who their third is.
Samuel? Is he on the team?
I don't think so.
Regardless,
either way, we don't know exactly. Proves our point.
Right.
Here.
They need the need. And Addison's year 3, right?
That next year will be his contract year.
So year 4, he's still getting paid the cheap money. They'll pick up his 5th-year option, so they wouldn't even have to extend him till the 27 year, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, and so if we were to do that, we'd gain a first-round pick. So I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
So right now, I think we can all agree the Vikings will be picking top 10, which I would love this because you could, in that top 10 range, you can get a star. Like this guy should be an immediate playmaker, an immediate contributor on your team. Unless it's like maybe a quarterback where he's sitting behind someone. But if it's like, if you draft Jeremiah Love or like an offensive lineman or someone on the D line, he should be a contributor no matter what when he starts. That's anyone in the top 10.
Well, I'm just looking at our schedule too. So I know we got Washington, Dallas, Detroit, Green Bay. Is there a 5th game or is it just the 4?
No, it's just those 4.
For the rest of the year here?
Yeah, it's just those 4, isn't it?
No, we have 5. Commanders, Giants, Cowboys, Lions.
Oh, yeah, the Giants.
Yep, I forgot Giants. Yeah. So I think too, because right now we're at 4 wins. So that'd put us, I think you beat Washington, right? Are we on agreement there? Vikings over Washington. Well, I guess with how bad we're playing.
It's bad. I think so, just because of the defense.
I don't know. We have Will Reichard, so as long as we can score 3 points, we're good. So we're playing Mariota versus our defense.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say win. We're losing to Dallas, right?
Oh yeah.
which hopefully that gets flexed out because Sunday night football fans, I'm sorry if you have to watch.
What is the first week that they can start flexing? Is it week like 14, isn't it? Or
I don't know. I feel like it's got to be coming. Like I feel like us in
it's got to
Dallas.
be coming up. Yeah.
I'm like thinking out. I'm not looking at our schedule. Washington is our next game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it is Dallas,
Washington,
right?
We go
Dallas,
Washington,
Giants.
Dallas, Detroit.
So I feel like
Is it
Dallas should be
all
able to
three of
get
them?
flexed out because that's the
Yeah,
final,
it is.
Okay.
fourth final week, and then Giants are after, right?
Giants can be a
Yeah.
win for sure.
So, but anyways, I think that gets flexed out if it can. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I just want to watch them at noon and get it over with. Besides the point, are we beating the Giants? No.
Yeah.
No.
You don't think we're beating the
I
Giants?
don't think
No,
we're gonna.
Jackson
I don't think we
Dart.
will.
I think there's a chance, but the defense.
I mean, I could see it going either way. I don't think
Mhm.
it's like a guaranteed loss or anything.
For our sake, we would prefer to lose. I think we just got to either commit.
I
to
would
the tank
prefer to
by
lose.
that point, or
Yeah.
I'll die on this hill. I do think they're going to win that game. I mean, Jackson Dart, he's a great ball player, but either way, we don't need to worry about that.
Okay, and then we're losing Detroit and Green Bay. So my point being is we're going to be at what, 6 wins? So we're at 4 right now.
Yeah,
So
I
6
think
and
we'll
11.
probably slide
6 and
around
11.
in that 6 or
I
7.
think at 6 and 11 you're probably picking like between like what 5 and 8.
Yeah, I
don't
think
think
it'd
it'd
be
be
at
any
6
worse
or
than
7
8.
right there. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
running back is ours. Notre Dame, just book your flight. You're coming home.
I'll
Mhm.
also die on this hill. The Cowboys have the worst pass defense in the league by far. If there's going to be one game where one of our quarterbacks, hopefully JJ, hopefully he's healthy in 2 weeks. If there's going to be one game where he actually shows something, it's going to be that game. It'll be a game that we could possibly win. I still have us losing the game as of right now. But yeah, but what you're saying, probably around the 6 range for the draft pick. I don't think, and what scares me most is Kwesi being like, man, we could get a haul for this guy. We could get a haul for this pick. And being like, all right, let's trade back, get a first and a third and a fifth, and then pass up like a generational talent in Jeremiah Love. Either way, so we're going to be picking in the first round. And then if we trade Addison, I think you get in the first again, and then you still have a second round pick. Yeah. If you give up like the 4th round pick too, then you have a second. And then you have 2 thirds because yours and then the compensatory pick.
Wait, how many seconds was it? I'm writing this down.
You have 1 second round pick, and then here's
so if we assume that we get the first for Addison, it'll be 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Then how many fourths do we have?
with
Just 1.
No, well, if we were trading away the 4th, we wouldn't have any to get Addison to get back into the first again. My question is, if they really did commit to this, what did we say we could get for Grenard? Like a second
or
pick.
third. Let's say second. Keep it simple. Second.
Because, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I didn't really get your word on it, but like I said, if I was the front office, I would get as much draft capital as I can because you're already in the stink hole with money and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I mean, for how much we spent in free agency, now some of those players will be gone, but obviously still, you don't like free up all that money, so got to pay off their guarantees and whatnot.
Yep.
But so you got to have around like let's say 8 million or 8 million, let's say give or take for rookie contracts for incoming rookies.
Yep.
And all that, and then if the McCarthy thing starts turning around, if he has like a Josh Allen, rough year, first or 2 years, you eventually got to re-sign him. So you got to have that kind of in the back of your head for money. So yeah, stockpile the picks, and hope they can finally start figuring out how to draft the right players and not give up on the Kyle Hamiltons.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say we do get rid of Grenard because it would be a good way to get 28 million off your stat book for the next few years, and they need it. And here's the thing: you trading Hawk or Addison, you're still gonna have. And then again, if we were to trade Addison, you would re-sign Naylor with that money and everything, and the other money you free up. So you'd still have weapons on offense. You would then have Jeremiah Love at running back. Still a good offensive line with guys on there that are reliable, and then the defense still has playmakers throughout really the whole thing. You still have Murphy,
Yeah,
which he's been
Mhm.
terrible, but
I think
Yeah, you gotta hope that he comes back and has
Yeah.
his relative next year.
because essentially we're saying Dallas Turner takes Grenard's spot, so that covers that. And then you can say Gabe Murphy replaces Dallas Turner's kind of like backup that
I would
third
love that.
spot.
That would
I
be
would
awesome.
love it.
Harrison Smith is retired, almost certainly. Now,
I
Theo
think
Jackson.
you would draft a secondary guy with that other first round pick, or at least
Yeah.
a second round pick.
Right, because there's no way Harry's coming back.
Yeah.
No,
And then
not
so
this year.
Theo Jackson signed a 2-year deal, which I think we can all agree he's been worse than what we thought, but he's okay. It's just not ideal.
Mhm.
We'd at least have him for one more year. And then you obviously have Metellus, but he's not. You don't really want to play him as a true safety. You want to move him around. So, like you said, hopefully you can use one of your top couple picks for.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, you have a reliable team still if you were to trade Grenard, and you still have what should be a competitive team come next year. And then if you nail like 3 draft picks out of these 9 that you have or whatever, it could be really good. Because then you're getting younger too. Like the Packers, you see them doing real well, and they're the youngest team in the NFL. But so if we traded Grenard, we'd have first, second. And then we'd also have 2 third-round picks, ours, and then the compensatory, like I said. We wouldn't have a 4th-round pick because that's the one we traded Addison with. And
worst comes to worst, we can trade Reichard for a mid-pick, and we'll go for it on 4th down every time like Detroit.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you got to hire Dan Campbell for that.
No
we
thanks.
do not have our own 5th-round pick because we traded our 5th-round pick for Adam Thielen, Mr. 3 catches in the entire year.
Mr. Inactive today.
Yeah.
Which why was he inactive? What's his injury?
It was a scratch. I think it was just a scratch. I really.
All right, carrying on.
Well, they scratched him so they could add that Wofford quarterback as the backup today.
Oh yeah.
That's why.
But wasn't Felton active though?
Yeah, because you need him for special teams. You're not going to put
Do we?
Yeah, well, you're not
You
going to put Thielen
have
out there in
Price.
special teams.
I don't know.
Price the GOAT.
I think.
Yeah, but not on punt returns, Trev. Price is returning a punt.
Yeah, no. Price is. Oh, for the secondary kick returner you're talking.
Yeah, but like
put Rodgers out there, Xavier Scott.
Yeah,
I get it's not
fine.
ideal, but anyways, carry on.
You'd make it work for a game or two.
We do still have a 5th-round pick because we got the Eagles for Sam Howell at the beginning of the year, so we'd still have a 5th-round pick.
Right.
Let's say we trade Hawk. Say Hawk has 2 more games like this. Do you think a 5th or I don't know.
I think we're doing
a
too much
6th.
what ifs. I think it's a 7th because he's overpaid it as his contract is crappy. And the thing is, you're not going to even free up as nowhere as close as much as you'd like. So you're going to have to eat it if you can find a team to take on some of it. And I really don't think you're going to get anything better than a 7th. Best case scenario 6. I realistically think it's a 7.
I don't think there's not going to be many teams in the league that are willing to pick up that contract. I don't think.
I'll stick with a 7th for that then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, we still do have a 6th-round pick from the Mekhi Blackman trade to the Colts. That's a 6th-round pick.
Okay.
And then that would make 3 7ths with like a Hawk trade, our original 7th, and then we have a 7th from the Cam Robinson trade.
That's right.
Or compensatory or whatever you want to. And then so that would make, with like the 2 or 3 trades that you could end up doing, free up some money. That would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 draft picks. You have 6 draft picks in the first 3 rounds. I think that is the winning formula for next year, because to be like, according to Kwesi, maybe these guys aren't going to be hits based on his draft history with us here, but 6 guys in the first 3 rounds, I expect 4 of them to be contributors year 1. Second rounders should be. I mean, yeah, exactly. You would hope like they should be contributing.
If not,
especially the
that's
first rounders.
It's just as simple as that.
Exactly. But oh gosh, I forgot we gave up a 4th round pick next year too. for Adam Thielen. We give up 2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Totally worth it.
A 4th and a 5th round pick for.
He's got to be like
this year.
I'm sure because he's like he's one of those players. He's like your Joe Mauer, your Kirk Cousins, your Thielen, and or yeah, we are talking about.
That's
those guys don't spend their money, so I'm sure he's happy to like be back where he's like from and all that. But
I mean, he never sold his house.
But for how sneaky good he was last year with Carolina, I don't know. I'm sure he wishes that trade didn't happen. Like looking at how it's gone so far.
Oh, from a playing standpoint, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. One quick thing, I want to.
Damn well we're gonna feed him a touchdown though. At some
point. I mean, he had the 2-point conversion
Jack,
against the Bears week 1, but I mean, I would hope maybe.
Hopefully.
Maybe if Justin's like, here, I'm gonna sit out the rest of the year.
No, that'll be the play. It's the backwards throw where you think it's a screen, wide receiver screen that we've seen done like 8 times now since we've had O'Connell. So yeah, throw it backwards to Jefferson. Thielen fakes the block, have the defender flee past him, and he just sneaks into the end zone.
Yeah, where that plays work like once in like the 10 times.
It's fine. It's fine. It'll work. It's the
10%. That's a gamble we got to take.
Yep.
Yep. Put it all on red.
Did I just freeze again?
Briefly. We got you. I hear you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Last thing, I want a percentage. If JJ doesn't do anything else, the rest of the year, percentage on if the Vikings had the 6th pick, would they take a quarterback?
No.
Because there's some good guys.
I have a question. O'Connell is still our coach, or did he get fired? Assuming he's the coach, right?
He's still our coach, yeah.
If he's still here, I think it's 5%. I'm not going to say 0, but I also think it's extremely, extremely unlikely. Also, mostly due to the fact, one, because you got to double down on McCarthy because you're going to look like an idiot giving up. And not even 1 full year because obviously you missed tonight's game and then the games prior.
Yep.
But then also if you're going to have 2 first-rounders, we said 2 seconds, 2 thirds, right? It was 2 for the
2
first
in each round.
Yeah.
Okay, so between one of those picks, I think you go running back, you go safety, but with those other 4 picks for 2nd or 3rd round, and if a guy's slipping and you think they won't make it to your next pick, you can trade up. So yeah, I'd only say 5%, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I'm agree with Trevor.
I'm not saying I think it'll happen, but
right.
I wanted your guys'
you have to.
Yeah, it's a good question because I mean, like, do you guys like Trevor? I think you know who Fernando Mendoza is, the Indiana quarterback, probably the Heisman winner.
Honestly, I've not watched much college football.
Yep.
I know the name. I'm definitely gonna watch the championship game.
Yeah.
So
yeah, either way, but like
playing well.
There's a few Heisman finalists, and he'll probably win the Heisman. But like I think if he's sitting there at 6 or wherever we're at, maybe 5. They're definitely going to take a hard look, like a genuinely like super hard look between him or Love. I would be shocked, but I would always take the running back.
Like, if the running back's there and they go quarterback, not only do you give up on seeing how the Vikings offense would look with McCarthy, with the good running back on top of having Jefferson, Addison 50-50 if he's here, but that'll be so dumb to give up on him when you've only seen him play. What? It would be like 11, 12 games. But
I don't know. Maybe Kevin caves in this offseason and is like, I can't do this. Sign Mac Jones.
Or they platoon it, draft a rookie quarterback. McCarthy plays the 2nd and 4th quarter because he's got that clutch gene. He's the closer. You haven't played the 4th quarter.
Perfect.
Mendoza or whatever quarterback can play quarters 1st and 3rd. Now the thing is, if we go into overtime, who's playing quarterback? Who gets that extra?
Well, you got to keep your order going. It'd be Mendoza.
Yep.
Or for overtime,
and then hopefully they introduce double
and we push every play.
Yeah, push every. You don't bring a quarterback in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
No, overtime.
Or overtime.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. You know what? Hey, soon we're gonna have to do a mock draft. I wonder. I'm gonna I'm gonna have to do one of these on here. Actually, get into depth about it because that's really all we can think
I'm
about now.
excited to do the playoff predictions. That's gonna be pretty
Yes,
Wow.
that'll be fun. We'll do that on here too.
Yeah.
I think we're good for today. We covered a lot of stuff. Covered some future stuff.
A lot of
Either
future
way,
stuff.
a lot of future stuff. Yeah.
Maybe a little carried away.
Yeah, definitely carried away for sure.
Yeah.
But
It's all right.
we'll keep it in an arm's length next time. After we lose, very certainly by 20 to the Commanders
Washington.
next week.
Yep.
If that happens by Mariota, I think we all just got to pick a new team.
All right, I'm
Mhm.
calling the. You know what? I don't know.
Jackson
I don't know.
Dart Cam Scampu.
Hey, that's a good one
See ya.
right
That'd
there.
be a fun team.
Or Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Anyone
Denver.
want the Sugar Sanders?
Oh God.
The goat.
Trevor's going to the Browns. Jack's got the Giants. And that is
You can go
it for
to the
us.
Titans.
Yeah, no, that would be awful. Cam
The
Ward.
Saints, then take it or leave it. Or would you
Oh,
rather
by
go
the
to
way, the
Jets?
axe is home.
Yeah,
Yep. Oh,
there you go.
roll the boat.
Covered
Sky
that.
your mag. Go Gophers.
Exactly. All right. That's it for Twin City Sports Talk. Bruce Kramer, Jack Olmscheid, and Trevor Kramer will be back with you guys soon. And yeah, thanks for watching. Go to Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and YouTube. Got all of stuff coming out on all those platforms. So yeah, we'll see you guys there.